friends, I have a bit of a haul to share with you today. Most of these I think were from June. I did just finish filming my June wrap-up, so all of this looks the same. Again, too lazy to wash my hair when I took a shower, so second day braids. And I'm going to go ahead and get started talking about some books. Now, the first set of books that I'm going to share, I did purchase from Book Outlet, but it was to use up all of the points that I had saved, that I had already spent money earning. And looking back now, I probably would not have even used my points. I probably would have just deleted my account, which I did do after I got these books. But yeah, I think even if they fix what they said on Twitter, it will be a little bit too little too late, in my opinion, for me to support them. So no more Book Outlet for me. But I did purchase these books. Got 2 books in the, what's it called, Fallen Isles trilogy by Jody Meadows. I got Before She Ignites, which is a beautiful cover, and As She Ascends, which is also a beautiful cover. I hope this is books 1 and 2. I don't know much about this. I did put the Romanceopoly thing for Read a Fantasy with the Chosen One trope, so I'm hoping that that falls into that category. I picked up Love from A to Z by S.K. Ali. This one does have a Muslim heroine, so I'm really excited to get to this one. Another one that I saw a booktuber talk about, I wish I could remember who it was right now, but that is If You Come Softly by Jacqueline Woodson. This is a super short YA story about a black hero and a Jewish heroine who fall in love at, I believe at school, and this is gonna be heartbreaking. I feel like it's gonna be heartbreaking, but I'm still gonna read it. I also picked up My So-Called Bollywood Life by Nisha Sharma. I think this is about a young woman who basically there's been like a not a prophecy, but it's been like predicted who her soulmate will be. And she kind of, like, something happens and she kind of doesn't want him to be her soulmate. She wants this other guy that she's met to be her soulmate. And it's got something to do with Bollywood movies. And I don't really know what's happening in this book, obviously, in case you couldn't tell. But it is a pretty cover. Another really pretty cover that I bought was I Want to Be Where You Are by Christina Forrest. I believe this is about a young dancer who runs away from home because her mother does not support that dream or does not support her going to this certain dance academy that she wants to go to. But she runs away from home and ends up on a road trip with a boy. And this is so cute. I love the colors in this. I'm sure there's more to these stories than just the romances that I'm describing, but that's really all I know about them so far. I picked up 2 books by E.B. Zaboy, I think is how you pronounce it. I picked up American Street, which I believe is her debut, about a young Haitian woman who migrates to the U.S. with her mother, but then her mother is detained, and so she goes to live with family, and she's got to kind of navigate this world that she planned on navigating with her mother alone. And then I also picked up Pride. This is a Pride and Prejudice remix set in modern day Brooklyn. The heroine always has lived in Brooklyn all of her life. She's very proud of that. Her family is very proud of that. But Brooklyn is being basically gentrified by wealthier families, and so this wealthy family moves in across the street, and she's gonna have this, like, hate-to-love thing with one of the sons in the family. So, super excited for those 2 E.B. Zaboy books. Finally, the last book that I picked up from Book Outlet was A Blade So Black by Elle McKinney. And I don't know much about this. Somewhere or other on BookTube, I saw something about it, and I remembered it from this. I remembered this cover from that video, and basically that person said it's like if Buffy went down the rabbit hole instead of Alice, but Buffy was a strong black woman or strong black girl. I'm not sure what the ages are in this, but that's good enough for me. I had been intrigued by this book, and I saw it on there, and I was using these points, so picked it up. The next book was from my June bookworm box, and that was The F List by Alessandra Tori, I'm not sure. I believe this is... I don't know if she's real famous or like social media famous, but it's basically kind of like a reality television type thing, and I don't know what's going to happen. I had actually been pretty interested in picking up this book, but I never got around to it, and then it showed up in my bookworm box. Someone that I follow on Twitter who I actually didn't think was part of the book community, but they posted this booktuber who is also an author, and I really enjoyed her videos and was really interested to see what she was writing. So I picked up The Keeper's Vow by Francina Simone, Guardians Trilogy Book 1. Don't know what's going on in this one yet, but it's, again, a really pretty cover, and I really liked Francina Simone's, there's a word for it. I really liked the way she spoke about things and how sometimes they were really like serious, heavy topics but I think she spoke them in a way to where younger people, which I guess technically I don't qualify for anymore, but she spoke in a way that where younger people could like understand it, but it was also still really mature, serious type things. But yes, I liked the way she spoke, so I picked up her book. I believe this next set is new releases. Two that I didn't actually pre-order were The Summer Deal by Jill Chavis. This is in her Wildstone series. I am actually missing the book before this, though, so I don't know if I'll get to this one anytime soon. And also Head Over Heels by Hannah Orenstein? I don't know. This is about a former Olympic gymnast who, I think she goes to be a coach? No, sorry. She moves back to her hometown and she meets an old friend who is now a gymnastics coach who asks her for help training his new protege. So I really like this. I really like gymnastics. Side note, if you have not watched, if you are at all interested in gymnastics or basically the Olympics or anything, you should really watch Athlete A on Netflix about the USA Gymnastics scandal, because Maggie Nichols deserves better. She deserved better from USA Gymnastics. She deserved better from a lot of people, and I'm so angry just thinking about this. I followed that whole situation when it happened. I remember in 2016 being so confused that Maggie Nichols was not on the Olympic team, was not an alternate. Anyway, side note. Watch Athlete A on Netflix. It's very good. It's very detailed, so trigger warning for sexual assault. Next is the new releases that I pre-ordered. Two that I've already read were The Dare by Elle Kennedy. This is in her Briar U series. And The Last Train to Key West by Chanel Cleaton. I spoke about both of these in my June wrap-up. I also pre-ordered I'll Be the One by Lila Lee. I believe this is a young American girl deciding she wants to go on this, like, I guess it's a TV show for finding the next K-pop group or something. And she is a plus-size girl, so she goes to kind of bend the body type, body stereotypes that K-pop has. I'm really looking forward to this one. It's a fun cover. She looks like she's having a great time, and K-pop. Next, this author did a cover change for the series, and I thought I picked the old covers because she's going to release the old covers and the new covers. Thought I picked the old cover, but I got the new one. And that is Wild Highway by Devney Perry. This is Runaway Series Book 2. I believe the series is about this group of kids who were homeless when they were little. They lived in this they lived in this junkyard, and now they're adults. And I believe in this one, she's really made a name for herself. She owns her own business, but she leaves and goes to track down one of the other kids. And I think she's, I don't know why. Headed across country in her best friend's Cadillac when a detour in Montana reunites her with old acquaintances and a man who hasn't changed. I also have Royal Bastard by Avery Flynn. I honestly don't even know what this is. I just know that Avery Flynn posted that she was going to be releasing this. Okay, so the heroine is the secretary to an earl, and the earl is dying. She's tasked with going to America to find this heir, and she's going to have to teach him how to be an earl. I also have Loudmouth by Avery Flynn. It's going to be delivered today. I just couldn't wait to film this, so that's coming up. I also ordered The Player Next Door by K.A. Tucker. I don't know much about this one either, but it's on its way. And finally, this last set of books I have is from Half Price Books. I had to get out of the house one Saturday. I had to, so I put on my mask and I went to Half Price Books. They were pretty bare. They basically didn't have anything in their clearance section, which is usually where I head first. And I didn't really find much in the YA section, or their romance section was down to one shelf. And I was like, this is crazy. But I did find some historical romances. So I picked up Rogue with a Brogue and Some Like It Scott by Susan Enoch. I don't know what these are about. Scottish, Highlander, something. I don't know. I don't know much about any of these. They looked pretty. And I had heard these names before mentioned in historical romance videos. So I got Temptations of a Wallflower and Forever Your Earl by Eva Lee. Then I believe these ones are actually set in America, and that is Duchess by Design and Some Like It Scandalous by Maya Rodale something. And finally, the last book that I picked up was Destiny's Captive by Beverly Jenkins. I believe that somebody talked about this one and said that it's a pirate romance, but the heroine is a pirate. So those are some books that I picked up in the month of June. Gonna attempt a book buying ban for July, maybe August. I really need to get my TBR down. I am not doing very well on that reading goal for this year, so going to attempt that, but we'll see. Thank you guys so much for watching, and I'll see you next time. Bye.